Hey everyone, it's Salamander Plays, and we're going to continue our walkthrough of StarCraft Remastered. We're on the Brood War Zerg campaign level 2, Reign of Fire. This is another level that I recently beat, but my recording stuff was messed up, so I have to play it again.
The Psi Disruptor is causing me some very serious problems. Although I've regained control of my forces here, it's taking more and more concentration just to keep them in line.
Oh, my heart's breaking for you, Kerrigan. Now exactly why was it that you asked Phoenix and I to bring Minx to you?
Are you still suspicious that I'll kill him for abandoning me to the Zerg? I've gotten over it, Jim. We can't afford to let petty
Oh,
haters
have you,
jeopardize our
Kerrigan?
plans for the UED.
That's reassuring.
Arcturus, I presume you found your cold sleep chamber accommodating?
That's
What
pretty
is the
funny,
meaning of
actually.
this, Kerrigan?
I don't think I caught that last time.
Straight to the point, huh? I was hoping to chat. It's been a while.
Not long enough. Why have I been brought here?
I need your psi emitters, Arcturus.
Why?
Remember the Confederate psi disruptor that you could never find? Well, the UED found it, and it's preventing me from controlling my minions. With the help of your psi emitters, I can gather up enough Zerg to destroy the disruptor and confront the UED.
And what are you offering me in return?
Ha! Ever the politician. All right, Emperor. If you help me destroy the disruptor, I'll help you retake Core Hall from the UED.
A tempting offer. What assurances do I have of you fulfilling your end of the bargain?
The only thing I can assure you of, Arcturus, is that without my help, you'll be the emperor of your own little 8x8 cell for the rest of your life.
This is why they rescued
I
Arcturus.
see that you're still a persuasive speaker. All right, Kerrigan. I'll lend you some emitters, but this had better be worth it.
You know, like, they couldn't have just
All right, boys and girls, listen up.
took the
Our
psi
objective is
emitters
to locate and disable the
and kill
Psi
Manx.
Disruptor's primary power generator. Once we've done that, we'll turn over the mission to Minx and Kerrigan. Let's move out.
This is a pretty cool introduction. I love that Jim Raynor gets his hands dirty. He doesn't just send his units into combat, or his men into combat. He actually gets down there and shoots with them. Pretty awesome.
In transit, HQ.
Kerrigan, the generator's offline. You can send down the Psi emitter at any time.
Good work, Jim.
The Psi emitter will be carried by one of my SCVs. With the disruptor's power cut, the emitter should be able to get the attention of any renegade Zerg near it. The SCV will then be able to lure the Zerg back to your base. Once the Zerg arrive there, you'll be able to assert direct control over them.
Alright, so we gotta take our SCV here, and we gotta walk close to these Zerg units that are just sitting around.
Perfect. With these Zerg, I can construct a new hive cluster. Once my forces have grown strong enough, I can assault the Psi Disruptor directly.
And we're gonna save it right now. I need to give you guys a quick lesson here. Oh, I know that thing's so cute. Sorry I had to kill it, but it gets in the way. Do not build anything with this drone, because if you build another hatchery or an extractor, you will instantly lose this level. It's really annoying. I remember doing that years ago when I first played this map, and I was so confused, like, why am I losing suddenly? For whatever reason, the way the triggers work on this map, if you lose this drone,
Although
you
these
just
Zerg are now
lose the
under my
match.
control, I sense that there are more Zerg out there. We must lure as many of them here as possible.
And I like to set all my warriors to control group 1. And I don't think it's worth taking out that bunker.
Affirmative. Right away, sir. Orders received.
Or maybe it is. Okay, we're gonna take out this bunker. I didn't do this last time, but we're gonna do it this time. Okay, it worked. Great. And we're going to take our SCV and go get these guys. These are herolings, which is really, really nice. Oh, I think maybe that's why you insta-lose the game if you use your drone. I'm not sure, but either way, it's kind of annoying, so just be careful. Okay, I guess I do got to be a little careful with my money here, but I think we're good.
Orders, Captain? Affirmative. Right away, sir.
Hero units are really, really good. Can I take them on? Can I take them on? Let's go. Oh, they split up. Nice. And I'm getting like pretty... Oh, there's a tank up there. Yeah, let's go ahead and back up now. I think I might be overextending myself here. We're just going to go back to the base.
Orders received.
Obviously, you want to be careful when you send your units out like that, because if you thin out your warriors too much, you won't be able to survive whenever the enemy sends waves of units at you. So we're going to take our SCV and park them down here, and then as for our warriors, we're just going to have them sit at the one and only ramp to this base. So that's kind of neat. I may have made this second hatchery prematurely, but that's okay. We'll just slowly make drones and get our economy up and running. It's also kind of nice, as always, that the creators did such a good job of advancing the plot and doing things that make sense with the plot, but also like hitting those key game mechanics. You know, like they're aware that if you're going through the campaign mode, you might be playing Zerg for the first time in a while. So you need to get refreshed with how Zerg works. So in the last level, they do a lot of micromanagement and show you how all the units work. And then in this one, they have you build a base from scratch, just so you have all the basics down. Mining and the tech tree, and I guess what I'm trying to say is the game creators they're very smart. They were good at advancing the plot, but also they're like thinking about where the gamer is at in their knowledge of the game. So pretty smart. Yeah, I definitely made that second hatchery way too prematurely, but no big deal. This Ursidon is so cute. I think my camera is hiding the unit portrait, but it's really, really cute.
I read you.
So as long as your SCV is still around, that means there's units that you can go out and find. Once you find all the units, this SCV will be picked up by a dropship and it'll leave. But we're going to hold off hunting more because there's bunkers and tanks up here, and I don't want to lose too many units. Because yellow does send waves of units after you. So we're just going to continue to slowly drone up, and once we get enough minerals, we'll make our spawning pole, and we'll get our extractor, and we'll slowly tech up. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our spawning pole. And I like to put a... looks like I got some company here pretty soon. I like to put a creep colony down here so that it spreads creep, and I like to put my tech structures down here. So the units you have at your ramp, I just like to put them all on control group 1. Double tap 1 anytime you're about to get attacked. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's get this up here, and let's get some gas going. And then the other thing I like to do... Wait, 1 second here. 1, 2... Let's do this. The other thing I like to do is I like to put two-ish or three-ish sunken colonies over here, and the sunken colonies will attack the units down the cliff. And with the overlords, I just spread them around my base so that I can get some good vision of what's coming. Yellow does send air units against you. I got attacked by some wraiths the last time I played this. And so what I like to do is I'm just going to put a spore colony by my tech structures and a spore colony by my hatcheries. And if you've microed decently, you should at least have some Hydralisks or Hunter Killers available to attack air units. So let's go ahead and morph those into spore colonies, and that's just going to be some extra air defense. So on this level, we do not have hive technology available to us. And I think that's all the sunkens I'm going to build, actually, just those two. And then these two spore colonies, and I'm going to call that a day for static defense. Anyway, what I found on this map, the best thing to do is to get your Ling and Hydra upgrades, and then get your +1 and +2 if you have time and money for it. And what you're going to do is you're going to mass Lings and Hydras, and you're just going to throw them all into the base. And you will have a few moments on this map where you might get stuck at a choke where there's like a bunker and a tank shooting down at you, but you can commit enough soldiers to overpower it, and once you're through it, it's pretty easy. So that's going to be the plan here. Okay, and we're going to get our +1. Oh, wow. All right, let's use our hunters and our spore colonies. You can always attack an air unit and lure them to the spore colony, which is really nice. But that was really nice of them to let this overlord live. They could have easily killed it. That was just some weird AI stuff, so glad it worked out that way. So you want to get all your Hydra and Ling upgrades. And we got our +1 started here. And once you got that going on, you can start producing units. And I'm going to grab my lair. So I do not find lair tech to be all that great on this map. Queens aren't a very strong unit, so I don't recommend building a queen's nest. And you also cannot get a hive, so there's no reason to build a queen's nest because you can't even tech to hive. And I also find that Mutalisks aren't necessary on this map, and they're also very expensive, so I don't think you need a spire either. The reason, though, that I'm getting a lair is because you need a lair to get your +2 upgrades, and also, not that you need it, but it's nice to just have the availability to get your Overlord upgrades. And I personally just macro off of 2 hatcheries. I might grab a 3rd one here since we're starting to get a lot more money. But basically I just make as many Hydras I can, and I try to mix in some Lings as well. And for right now, we're not going to get any upgrades here. We're just going to keep our lair as is. And now that we have a decent sized force, I'm going to go clear out these bunkers and tanks. I'm just going to A-click them in. I'm not too worried about losing some units at this point. With our static defense here, our 2 spores and our 2 sunkens, you should be able to fend off attacks. And even if you can't fend off the attack, these should give you enough time to create more units at your hatcheries, because it doesn't take very long to create Hydras or Lings. Okay, it looks like I gotta go bring my SCV so I can get these units here. Where's my SCV? I'm going to bring my SCV and go get those, I think they're hunters, actually. And I just, like I said, I just A-click stuff in. I do pretty minimal micromanagement. Target the tanks, run the lings in, and try to get a good surround. I don't even do control groups. Yeah, I'm not quite. Nice, we got our hunter killers here. I'm not a very strong Zerg player, and I'm super lazy about control groups. Control groups definitely improve your gameplay, no doubt about it, but I don't know. Just one of those things, you know? It's like eating vegetables when you're a kid. Like, I know it's good for me, but I just don't want to do it.
With all due respect to Miss Kerrigan, sir, these critters make me nervous as hell. I sure would appreciate some immediate evac.
In transit HQ.
Nice. So whenever that you hear that prompt from the SCV,
Orders, Captain?
there will be a drop ship that appears to take the SCV. And so you don't have to worry about that SCV anymore. And also, that means there's no more units you can get with the psi emitter. So at this point in the game, the only thing left to do is to raid Yellow's base and destroy the psi disruptor. And once you clear out the stuff on your continent, there's like this ice river in another continent on the other side of the map. Yellow's on that continent. He's like top mid to top right of the mini map. Once you clear out your continent, though, you want to take this base, of course, and it looks like we can maybe build one more hatchery here, maybe two more. So I'm going to build 2 hatcheries at my new base, and I'm going to take my hatcheries from my first base and rally them right next to them so they all walk to this spot when I create stuff. And it looks like I can finally get my +2. So I'm going to go ahead and get my +2 for everything at my evolutionary chamber. And I think that's all the upgrades that we're going to need. The way your continent works, once you've conquered it and gotten rid of all the units, bunkers, and siege tanks, there's 2 ramps. So there's a ramp here and a ramp up here. And I like to split my forces and have them sit at each ramp. And I just kill whatever's coming my way. And then I take some overlords, spread them out so they can see what's coming. Oh yeah, I forgot I don't have overlord speed, which is totally fine. And it looks like we have a decent amount of money. I am going to make a batch of drones just so I can get this base up and going. And then after that, we'll make warriors. And once we've got a decent sized force, we're just going to run all of our units in. I literally will just build an army of lings and hydras and just A-click them all on the minimap. Maybe like top right of the map, maybe like 2/3 over on the map at the top. And that's about where the psi disruptor is. Nice. Okay, so I think we got some resources here to make units. We're just going to make hydras and lings. And it looks like we got a decent amount of hydras. Maybe we can make some lings next. And we got 4 hatcheries. I think I'm just going to try to make units from 4 hatcheries and see if I can sustain that. It looks like I'm going to be able to, though. So maybe we'll make a 5th hatchery. I haven't decided yet. Alright, we got good vision with our overlords. We got the 2 ramps to our continent under control. We got all the upgrades that we need. And let's get a good mixture with our army. Let's build up a decent army, but let's get a good ratio of lings to hydras. And that's also going to give us time to complete our +2. Once we have our +2 and we have our, you know, our army up and ready, we'll head over to the other side of the map, because I don't think we really need to do anything else. We don't need any more upgrades. I don't even think I need to get gas from this geyser here. I think we're pretty well set. Okay, let's make some overlords. And it looks like we are able to handle another hatchery, so we will we'll go ahead and throw down another hatchery just for good measure. But I don't think I'm gonna need anything else because we got a pretty good army here. Alright, so here's what I like to do. I literally just click and A-click on the minimap. Don't forget the soldiers at both of your ramps.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, it looks like he sent some raids, but no big deal. Okay, so this is where you have to do a little micromanagement here. So, like I said, it feels like a bad idea to go up this ramp with these units. Normally, you would not want to do this, especially against a Terran with siege tanks. But in this case, I think it's possible to just overpower them, like so. So you just overpower them, and while those units are muffing up Yellow's base, you just keep making units. And I find that you don't even really need to do all that much micromanagement. I do micromanage, but you don't need to do too much. And we're going to keep making hydras. We got our +2, we got all the upgrades that we want. Let's get this tank. And then, once you make enough progress, I just take my units and target the Psi Disruptor. And they just can't kill this many units, so target the Psi Disruptor and you win. Nice. Awesome. Huh, this elapsed time does not make any sense to me. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.